Hello again and welcome to class 230. Okay, wow, we're progressing. Joined, joined, joined. Yes, when I was 21, I joined the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. But I became disenchanted, desencantado, and I left the FBI. Then I joined the CIA. Ingresé en la CIA. I joined the CIA, the Central Intelligence Agency, but like the FBI, aquí es al igual que la FBI, like the FBI, I became disillusioned, disenchanted with the CIA, and I left. And then I joined the Knights of Columbus. The what? I joined Los Caballeros de Colón. What's that? It's a club like the Rotaries. Then I joined the Knights of Columbus. But like the previous two places, I became disillusioned. I became disenchanted, and I left. And finally, I joined Optimists International, the Optimist Club. El Club Internacional de los Optimistas. I joined the Optimist Club. Yeah, when did you join that club? I joined it. O sea, me uní a ella, o a ello. I joined it in 1977. Ah, are you still a member? Yes, I'm still a member of the Optimist Club. Okay, moved. Estoy con la primera columna de los verbos regulares. Moved. Point 2118, page 225. And I'm working on the endings. Joined. Every day I join a new club. Yesterday I joined a new club. Every day I listen to the radio. Yesterday I listened to the radio. Richard, did you listen to yourself on the radio yesterday? Yes, I did. I listened to myself yesterday on the radio for about 15 minutes. And why did you listen to yourself? Because I was driving here. I was coming here. Venía hacia acá, hacia aquí. I was driving here in the morning, and at the same time I was listening to myself on the radio. So I listened to myself for about 15 minutes. Richard, how old were you when you moved for the first time? I was 2.5 when I moved for the first time. My family moved from Texas to New York. And how old were you when you moved the second time? I was 3.5 when my family moved back to Texas, moved back to Texas from New York. How old were you when you moved the third time? The third time I was 5 when my family moved from one house, a rented house in Houston, Texas, to a house that my father bought. My father bought a house in Houston when I was 5 years old. How long did you live in that house? I lived in that house for 4 years. And then did you move? Yes, the family moved. Where did you move? We moved to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Oh. And did your father buy a house or rent a house? Both. First, my parents or my father rented a house. How long did you live in that house? I lived in that house. I lived in that house for 2 years. And then you moved? Oh, yes, then the family moved. Where did you move to? Where did you move to? We moved to a different house. Well, how far was the new house from the old house? It was about 1.5 miles. About 2 kilometers only. No, it was pretty close. Bastante cerca. Yes. But did your father rent the new house or did he buy it? He bought it. What was the price? Do you remember? I think I do. The price was $36,000. $36,000. How much is that in euros? Well, the exchange rate, the parity, it depends. I think about 30,000. No, about 31, 32,000 euros. That's really cheap. Excuse me. That was in 1962. It wasn't cheap. It wasn't cheap in 1962. $36,000 was a lot of money. $36,000 was a lot of money in 1962. Okay. And after that, how long did you live in that house? I lived in that house until 1970, 7 or 8 years. Did you like it? The house? Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. Was it near the school? At first, no. It was quite far from the school. But then a new school was built near there, and after that, no problem. And then the new school was very near. All right. And when did you move after that? Well, then, when I was 18, I moved to Dallas, Texas. Ah, where did you live in Dallas? Did you buy a house? No, I didn't buy a house. Did you rent a house? No, I didn't rent a house. Well, did you go with your family? No, I went alone. Why did you go alone? Well, I went to study at the university. I went to college. And did you live on campus? Yes, I did. Where did you live? I lived in a student residence. Oh. How long did you live in that student residence? For 1.5 years. I lived there for 1.5 years. And then did you move? Yes, I moved to a house near the campus. And then I moved to Madrid, etc. All right. But did you originally plan to come to Spain? No, not really. I didn't originally plan to come to Spain. I planned to stay in Texas. But I saw an announcement on a bulletin board. By accident, eh? I saw an announcement on the bulletin board. Where? I saw, eso sí he entendido, viste, pero ¿qué viste? An announcement, un anuncio. Sí, un comunicado, ¿no sabe? I saw on a where? On a bulletin board. Tabla de boletines. ¿Y eso qué es? Un tablón de anuncios. Ah. So I saw an announcement on a bulletin board by accident in the university, and it said, academic year in Madrid. I didn't plan. I wasn't planning to come to Spain. It didn't occur to me. I mean, but I saw it. But did you know Spanish? Yes, I knew Spanish. Not bad, eh? I had 6 years of Spanish in secondary school. I took 6 years of Spanish in secondary school. And the teachers were not bad, eh? I could speak. Not well, but I could speak. And so I said, hey, cool. And so you came to Spain. Well, not immediately, not right away. First, I asked my parents. Escuche cómo lo acabo de decir. Primero, se lo pregunté a mis padres. Se lo pedí. La posibilidad de ir. First, I asked. Me he saltado la K. They asked. First, I asked my parents. I asked my parents permission to come here for my 3rd year in Madrid. What did they say? They said yes. They gave me permission. My parents were very liberal, thank God. They gave me permission. And did you come? Yes, I came. Aquí estoy. Yeah, but that was the first time. Yeah, I came. All right. I came. Saved. Mirando esta lista, la lista es la lista más larga de los verbos regulares. Y a los hispanohablantes os cuesta horrores pronunciar esto correctamente. Agreed, answered, believed, appeared, allowed, belonged, da. Es que es imposible para un hispanohablante emular ese sonido al final. Y claro, uno de los trucos es que si la palabra siguiente, repito, empieza por sonido vocal, ¡pam!, es trampolín, y eso es más fácil. I believed it was necessary. Creí que ello era necesario. I believed it was necessary. I believed it was necessary. I called him. Le llamé. Lo llamé ayer. Esto lo llamé elefante, no lo llamé lápiz. Yesterday I called it an elephant. I didn't call it a pencil. I called it. Eso es practicando los verbos regulares. En la primera columna. Explained. Yes. My father explained it to me. Me lo explicó. He explained it. Did he explain it carefully? Yes, he explained it carefully. Did he explain it clearly? Yes, he explained it clearly. Well, what did he explain to you? Well, he explained that it was necessary to get a degree, a university degree. So you mean you didn't want to go to the university? Yes, I wanted to go, originally, yes, I wanted to go to the university. But in the middle, after a year and a half, more or less, I became disillusioned. I became disenchanted. Me desilusioné. I became disillusioned. Igual. I became desencantado. I became disenchanted. And I told my father, I said, Dad, I think I'm going to look for a job. I don't like the atmosphere in the university. And my father explained that it was necessary to finish. Not because of the benefit of the university. Maybe it was better to start working immediately and get experience. But he said, later in your life, you will be very sorry. Lamentarás mucho. Later in your life, más adelante en tu vida, más tarde en tu vida, later in your life, you will be sorry that you didn't do or you didn't get a university degree. So he explained that to me. Fíjate que no he dicho he explained me that. Nunca se dice explain me. Nunca. Ni explain him, her, you. No. He explained it. Or explained that. Explicó eso a mí. Así se dice. He explained that to me. And I believed him. So I decided to finish the university. I needed, estamos con la tercera columna, I needed 2.5 more years. But then, maybe the following week or 2 weeks later, I saw the announcement on the bulletin board of a year in Madrid. And so it was different, and the stimulation, it was a different stimulant. And so yes, why not? ¿Por qué no? Why not? Go. Regular verbs, no los menosprecies. Los verbos regulares y intentar dominar las terminaciones. Every day I show, yesterday I showed. How many pencils did I show you yesterday? You showed me. at least 20 pencils. Okay. How many times did I smile in the last class? Not very many times. Well, did I smile at the end when I said goodbye? Kind of. Kind of. ¿Qué significa kind of? What does kind of mean? Kind, clase de, tipo de, kind of. So, my question was, did I smile when I said goodbye yesterday? Kind of. I don't understand what it means. Kind of means más o menos. O sea, más o menos means kind of, más o menos. You kind of smiled. Okay. Ask me if I smiled at my wife the first time I met her. Richard, did you smile at your wife the first time you met her? Yes, I did. I smiled at her. And why did you? How do you know? How can you remember that? Oh, it's easy. How? Because I always smile. I smile at everybody the first time I meet them. Very important. I always smile. So I'm sure I smiled at my wife when I met her. Y además, and besides, she was a knockout. What? She was a knockout. ¿Y eso qué es? What does knockout mean? Es un cao. Me dejó cao. She was beautiful. So she was a knockout. She was very, very attractive. So of course I smiled. ¿Tú no? Wouldn't you? I smiled. Said, hi, how are you? Yeah, I smiled. Did she smile? Yes, she smiled too. Why did she smile? Because she's the kind of person who smiles. Yes. All right. She smiled too. All right. And did you ask her out? Ask her. Pregunté qué? No. Ask her a question? No. Did you ask her out? I don't understand. Well, to ask somebody out is pedirle que salga contigo. On a date, una cita. Did you ask her out? No, I didn't. Oh, why didn't you ask her out? I didn't. At the beginning. Oh, when did you ask her out? I asked her out 15 months later. 15 months later? Yes, I asked her out. Asked her. Fíjate cómo, de nuevo con asked, segunda columna. Le pedí que saliera, o sea, le pedí, I don't know how to say it in Spanish. We say to ask her. I asked her out. Me como la K otra vez. I asked her out. I asked her. Aston Martin. I asked, lo voy a decir de forma difícil. I asked her out. I asked her out. 15 months later? But did you like her when you met her? When I met her, yes, I liked her. Well, why didn't you ask her out the first time? Why didn't you ask her out? Pregunta negativa. ¿Por qué no la pediste salir contigo? Why didn't you ask her out when you met her? I didn't ask her out when I met her. Because when I met her, I was involved with another person. Oh, really? Who? It's none of your business. Excuse me? It's none of your business. No es asunto tuyo. No seas cotilla. Don't be nosy. You're a nosy person. You're asking me personal questions. Oh, that's not a personal question. Well, for me it is. I was involved with another person when I met my future wife. For 15 months. Kind of. Well, más o menos, yeah, kind of, 15 months. Yes. All right. What sign is your wife? Sign. Firmar, to sign. No. Signo. Sign. Del zodíaco. Yeah. What sign of the zodiac is your wife? She's Aries. 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 Ah. What sign was the person you were involved with before? You see, you're nosy again. Que soy ruidoso. No, noisy, no. How do you say nariz in English? Nose. How do you spell it? N-O-S-E. Pues quítala al final y ponle una Y y tienes narizoso. No, eso es cotilla. Fisgón. Metes tu nariz en asuntos de los demás. You're nosy. Okay, but your wife is an Aries, correct. What was the sign of the zodiac of the person you were involved with before? You insist, huh? Yes, I insist. Well, if you insist, okay. She was a Pisces. Really, Pisces. Yes. Pisces are very dangerous. Be careful. Be careful with Pisces. Very dangerous. Okay. All right. So, I met my wife. How old were you, Richard, when you met your wife? When I met her, I think I was 24. Yeah. I was 23 or 24 because I met her at the beginning of November, and my birthday is November 9th. I think I met her before, so I was still 23 when I met her. But a few days later, I turned 24. Tornaste 24, o sea, cumpliste. Yes, I turned, así se dice en inglés. I turned 24, I think. But yesterday you said you have a bad memory. Well, I have a bad memory for recent things, cosas recientes. I don't have a bad memory for things a long time ago. I have a very good memory, yes, for things a long time ago. Verbos regulares, la cuenta de nunca acabar. It's the never-ending story, all right? Y irregulares, que haremos mañana. But I'm not finished yet. I'm not finished yet. This class is still in session. This class will end when I decide to finish. Well, this class will end when Marta tells me to shut up, que me calle. And she says, it's interesting, Marta, at the end of the program, when there are only 10 seconds left, Marta puts up her fingers and she begins like this. It's the final countdown. And then she says, shut up. That means I need to stop because sometimes I go over. Me paso. I go over. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I go over, you see. And Marta's pointing. She starts pointing at her watch and she does this because she wants me to stop. But I can't stop. I'm an English teacher and my job is to teach English. I don't know how to do anything else. It's the only thing I know how to do. Yeah. And so, it's the only thing that gives me meaning in life, which is not true. But in any case, it is probably the only thing I know how to do, is to teach English, and especially regular verbs. Every day I work, yesterday I worked. Every day I see, yesterday I saw. Hey, Richard, that's an irregular verb. Oh, sorry. Regular. Every day I walk, yesterday I walked. Really? Did you walk yesterday? Yes, I did. How far did you walk yesterday? Yesterday, I walked 6.3 kilometers. No. I walked 6.3 kilometers. Yeah, and I climbed the stairs yesterday. Really? How many floors did you climb? Climb is trepar o escalar o también subir escaleras. How many floors did you climb? Do you want to know? Yeah, I want to know. Yesterday I climbed 25 floors. Come on, 25? Yeah. Yes. Yesterday the elevator in my building was broken. I live on the 5th floor. I had to go up 3 times and go down 3 times. So 15 floors only to go home. And then from the parking garage, yesterday I parked my car here and 3 flights of stairs. That's 3 floors. So yesterday I climbed 3 floors, and yesterday I walked 6.3 kilometers. The day before yesterday I walked 3.8 kilometers less. The day before that, wow, I walked 8.3 kilometers. Do you believe me? That's the day before yesterday. And the day before that, I walked 9.7 kilometers. Not bad, eh? And the day before that, I walked 7.7 kilometers. Not bad, eh? Yeah. And did you talk to anybody while you were walking? Yes, I did. Yesterday, while you were walking 6.3 kilometers, did you talk to anybody? Yes, I did. I talked to somebody. Who did you talk to? I talked to myself. Oh, you talked to yourself. That's right. But now I have to go. See you tomorrow.